Dollywood and Kentucky Kingdom aren't the only Hershey parks with big construction projects this season. That's right, we're going back in time to the city to explore exactly what's going on out there between Wildfire and Powder Keg, possible Thunderation replacement ferries, a shiny new resort, and more. Let's get into it. First, let's get into what we know about the most, and that is the Silver Dollar City Resort. This $500 million investment features 262 rooms, coming in just under DreamWorld's 300 rooms. It will have a full-service restaurant in there, and based on the concept art, it's going to be the coziest stay in a cave in the world. Also, here, let's just take a second because I want you to look at something. Notice anything similar? We certainly think that the Silver Dollar City Resort may have been inspired by a certain other resort, and that is definitely not a bad thing. We've stayed at the Dream more before and found it to be very clean and cozy. I think basing the decor and aesthetic off of the Marvel Cave is going to deliver a much more immersive and fun experience for families. Plus, that view of the Table Rock Lake and the Ozark Mountains isn't going to hurt anything either. Now, for what I think is everyone's biggest question, what is going on between Wildfire and Powder Keg? Let's consider the clues that SDC has given us so far. We know from FanFest last year that SDC announced that they're going to be getting the first of its kind in America thrill coaster. There's also a general consensus among enthusiasts that this is going to be a mock coaster because of the mock type footings that have been installed. And really, we're inclined to agree with that. Hershey has an established relationship with mock rides. Just look at Time Traveler or Night Flight Expedition over at Dollywood. So, our number one theory for this one, it's going to be a mock Stryker. There's only one other Stryker in the world right now, and it exists in Europa Park, and it's called Voltron, opened in 2024. This is a coaster type that offers a huge level of flexibility and even good capacity. It seats 4 riders per row. But on the flexibility part of things, they can choose from a chain lift or a launch, even multiple launches. Voltron's a great example of this. Voltron has 3 launches throughout its layout and also has 7 inversions, a turntable, and even some moments of airtime. And the really cool thing about this is just that SDC could create their dream custom coaster with a mix of all of these different elements. And just think of how they could include the terrain and really just keep thrills high while also fitting it perfectly into the park. I personally believe that SDC would choose the launch element for it, but also create some show buildings that it might sail through, and maybe some dark ride elements in there that really keep us immersed during the ride. As a secondary theory for this, I think it could also be, and maybe not as much as the mock Stryker, but it could be a mock hyper. There's not currently any other mock hypers in America, so that passes the check. And remember, hyper coasters, they focus more on airtime and speed rather than inversions. So they're a lot of fun, but I just don't think that they would go with this because of the immersion breaking. Just imagine looking around an SDC and always having this giant coaster in your sightline. I just don't see it happening. But regardless of what model they choose, I think they're going to be making that announcement later this year in this 2026 season, and most likely having it ready to go for opening in 2027. I can't wait to give it a ride. Are you enjoying these theme park theories? We have plenty more where that came from. Make sure you subscribe to our channel Full Charge Fun, where we're exploring Silver Dollar City, Kentucky Kingdom, Dollywood, and even more random adventures all the time. We're offering fun theories, tips, and adventures all along the way. Plus, it goes a long way to helping us grow our channel, and it's 100%
free.
So subscribe today. I've always wanted to do that. Walt Disney World News today. Sorry, not sorry. Next, we have to talk about Thunderation's eviction notice. It hurts my heart to see the loss of an Aero Mine train coaster. In fact, let's give it a moment of silence.
It's not gonna make it.
Anyways, this brings the question of what's next. I fully expect it to be replaced with another family coaster. SDC is going to be desperately in need of filling this gap because once Thunderation closes, they're going to be left with just one family coaster. Undisputedly the best ride in the park, Fire in the Hole. Which, let's be honest, it is more of a dark ride than a roller coaster, so I could see that families with young kids wanting something to kind of fill that gap between the likes of Fire in the Hole and Outlaw Run. So what family coaster will it be? For this, I think there is going to be only one option for a manufacturer, and that is Vekoma. Vekoma just does family coasters right. Don't believe me? Go look at Dollywood, Disney, or Kentucky Kingdom. So many Vekoma coasters to choose from out there. Within the Vekoma lineup, I can think of 2 models that will be just perfect for Silver Dollar City. The first is a Vekoma family suspended coaster. Herschend has shown a preference for these lately, as when Wildwood Grove opened at Dollywood, it opened with Dragonflyer as one of the attractions. And just this year in 2026, Kentucky Kingdom is going to be opening Flying Fox. Plus, it's a relatively inexpensive investment. Flying Fox is an investment of $14 million, which in the grand scheme of roller coasters really isn't that bad. Just think that that also includes the theming, the audio immersion, makes for an excellent experience. The other option I could see them going with would be a family launch coaster like Big Bear Mountain over at Dollywood. This does represent a higher investment amount, which Big Bear ran Dollywood at $25 million. But I feel that it's still the better choice. It is a hugely important attraction for Dollywood. It brings people in because it's a Golden Ticket Award winner, and it's a fan favorite. I could see people just going straight to the city only to ride this attraction. And personally, I would not mind that at all because I love Big Bear Mountain and would love to see more of those coasters all throughout the other Herschend parks too. Now we do have one more ferry to discuss today, and it involves the best ride in the city, Fire in the Hole. Well, the original one anyway. I think it's time for its building to go. It's taking up valuable real estate right in the heart of the city, and I think there is a perfect indoor attraction that could definitely take its place. Yep, I'm talking Mine Flight. Okay, I mean the Mack rocking boat system that's currently being installed at Dollywood for Night Flight Expedition. After all, what's better than 2 Mack rides? How about a third one? It's going to give a family coaster experience to add to their lineup, and it would be a perfect way to extend the season during the cold months and give us so much more to do. But don't misunderstand me. I don't see this happening anytime soon. Probably more like 10 years out or even longer. SDC just has too many things going on at the moment to commit to such a big investment like this. I think the Thunderation replacement has a much higher chance of happening a lot sooner. But I do really think that it's time for us to move on from Fire in the Hole. After all, it does live on at Blazing Fury in the form of some pieces and parts that have been used for maintenance. Plus, a ride vehicle has been preserved at the National Roller Coaster Museum in Texas. So let's see what this building could become in the future, because I think it could be a big focal point for the city. Now, are our theories off the mark, or do you see some of these happening? Let us know in the comments below. But until next time, we'll see you in the city.